Is the Parish
What?
the Dark Souls of Left 4 Dead 2? Tonight on Game Theory.
I was watching I was watching a shitty clickbait video because it just interested me enough. And in the recommended videos, I see the food theorists. Food theory. Don't eat NyQuil chicken. And the thumbnail is just two slices of chicken cooking in fucking NyQuil.
Have you seen the NyQuil chicken before that?
No, I
Oh,
didn't know
you.
that there was such a thing as NyQuil chicken.
Oh.
Why the hell would there be?
Well, you obviously ain't been down south to New Orleans like we have, where we eat the NyQuil chickens.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I can get that experience here.
Yeah. The good thing we're playing in HD, it's just like real life.
Yes. And so far, it's not horrible looking. That's all right.
He added more ferns. That's a bad sign. As you all know, ferns.
Holy shit.
These bricks are at new, right?
Yeah, these bricks are new. These cobblestone bricks that don't line up properly.
Yeah. How it's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, yeah.
The
See,
first time I'd actually, the first time I'd actually downloaded this map, we were doing Dark Parish, and I didn't realize it was on and that it would affect like custom map. So I was trying to figure out why my game looked like shit. It took me a while to realize what was actually happening.
I mean, I wouldn't say it looks like shit. I'm not a fan of HD retextures. Because I feel like, in general, the quality of textures is related to how much modeling and like, the map making effort goes into something.
Yeah.
So when you unbalance them like this, it makes certain things more obvious, like those bricks.
Yeah, because I
Well,
thought
actually,
about it, and
if you
I
come
don't
back here for a
mind
second.
the weird geometry with the stock brick texture, even though I should, because it's just a brick texture and it all blends together. But when you draw attention to it by having this weird cobblestone artsy thing, then it really boggles the mind.
Yeah.
So bad.
Yeah, personally, I think all of this looks really terrible.
This
There
is
were a
so
couple of-
bad. This is such a bad. What the fuck is this like?
Come and look what he
voice
did
insert?
to the diner.
Yeah, it looks awful.
Oh, this
Yeah.
is disgusting.
It's got like weird black marble tiling made out of Tetris pieces.
Wait for it.
I mean,
Can
this
you
is
come in for a second?
this is a pretty.
This wall right here.
Yeah, what about it?
It almost looks like the bricks are made of other bricks.
Oh my goodness, you're right. He didn't change the
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There was like an additional bump map or something in there, so you can still see the
that's
original
so
brickwork.
bad.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then over here you have, like, this looks like a laminate. It looks like a vinyl laminate placed over the wall.
Yeah, because there's the additional layers of lighting that goes into these, and how fog ripples off of it, and that's been unbalanced. That reminds me, like, there's been mods in Team Fortress 2 to turn all the characters black, right? So you can have like Black Heavy and Black Medic, and of course there's also White Demo Man. But one of the things about that is that Demo Man actually has different fog settings and stuff to regards to how lighting bounces off of him, because it bounces off of him differently. So the quality interracial mods make note of this and use that, because the ones that don't is all the characters just look off because of white skin reflections on a black character, or vice versa. Oh my god, what did you do to the kitchen?
Oh my dear.
This looks like it's something I'd find in like Silent Hill. Not
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yep.
like, I don't want to just
This-
be going through this constantly shitting on this guy, but goddamn.
No, that's the point.
Is it really? Is
Yeah.
that what our massive custom campaign Left 4 Dead channel is gonna be about now? Is shitting on
Yeah.
the little
Yeah.
guy?
Hey,
Yeah. That's what it already was. Jesus, it's dark in here.
Yeah. It's actually pretty bad, because like the safe rooms are supposed to be well lit and easy to see in and comfortable, whereas this just feels claustrophobic now.
yeah.
Yeah.
We are playing on
Look,
advanced,
it's
right?
floor.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess it's just, you know, being on an official campaign, it feels fucking easy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But look at this flooring level. It looks like just plywood placed over the floors.
Yeah.
Why is it in like a tatami pattern? Yeah, it's
If
doing
you-
it's doing a little swastika thing. You know? We're familiar with this. This doesn't need to be a 60-minute video.
Oh, and it's missing texture still.
Oh, really? Show me those. Where?
Maybe I'm the only one getting them, but
Yeah, you're the only one getting them.
Yep.
yeah, for me the barriers don't have textures.
Oh. Well, that's an unrelated issue on your end.
Through the park.
Yeah.
Because there's always an unrelated issue on your end. Here's a Molotov, by the way.
Wow.
Take your pills. There's some free ones on the ground.
I guess that would make sense if you saw somebody take a frying pan to a tank. You're like, dude, take your pills. Can't be doing that again.
Don't worry, there's 4 pills over here. Just like in my Space Station 13s. I swear it's not an overdose of crocodile. That was one of my favorite things, is when I got to play chemist, and I would just make extra pills. I would make it into just slightly an overdose of crocodile, so you'd have all the negative effects and die slowly. And then I would just leave pills like them and name them things like super bad time pills and horrible day.
Oh, there's a brown here.
One time I was just hanging out in the med bay after doing that, and I saw a clown come in, and he was shaking, and it said like the skin was falling off, and he was bleeding. I was like, oh sweet, he took one of the bad time pills. I didn't tell him that I was when he did it, of course. Frankly, it's his fault for being a drug addict who do crocodile like that in the space station. Don't you have better things to do?
Looks fine.
You said he was a clown, right? Did he really have better things to do?
There. We got the free med kits over here, and oh man. This is one of those things where, like I said, like the imbalance is like really obvious over here. It just feels incorrect.
Like you have
Yeah.
two different like brick textures right next to each other, and
And then you have the vinyl laminate thing, and then you have this cobblestone, and then you have the way that these stones interact. It's also awkward. You can see just a little bit of clipping right at the corner. You move. Technically, that's the
everything
map
just
fault.
flashes horribly.
Yeah, I would not do this if I was in charge of the hardscaping. I mean, I would do it if they paid me money, I guess. I would complain about it. I guess it's a good thing we got those free health kits, but guess what? I don't need them.
Weapons over here.
That's true.
We're only playing the Parish. Oh man, look at this. Look at how green some of this is.
Yeah, like it looks so unnatural that something this green would be underneath an
Yeah.
overpass.
It's a
Griff
really
has an
strong
health kit.
green, too. Like, you almost never see a green that green. And I think they keep away from using colors that vibrant in Left 4 Dead in the first place, so it doesn't even match the game's art style.
Oh, everyone get in here. We can shoot the witch and run in.
Okay.
Oh jeez, another Silent Hill brick room.
Restricted area.
okay,
Fucking
okay. Uh-oh. It's a good thing the witch was an idiot, because she climbed up and then she fell back off. Okay, she's taken care of. Let's go.
Come here, look at this.
What?
Move back and forth slightly. Do you see how uneven that light reflection is?
Oh, yeah, that looks bad.
Oh. Mm. Yep.
Oh, also this room looks fucking terrible.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
like what the fuck kind of like, it's so pristine on the outside.
Are you sure? It makes me feel kind of comfortable being surrounded by so much rust.
Yep.
That is the rustiest clean room I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's the sanitation room. Look, it's because they wash everybody down so well.
Yeah, it must be so sanitized because everything's just scoured. And if you lose your top 3 layers of skin, then that works out, right?
Oh. There's nothing on your top layer of skin if there isn't a layer of skin there.
I think one of the worst things he did was make it so you had to turn that shit off before you could walk through the bus station.
Yeah. I guess the idea is that whomever is controlling the tower up here. It controls who gets into the station. Still pretty video gamey though, and not in a fun way.
I mean, I thought it would just be, cooler to, keep running while the alarm is on. Also, the door's open now. And
Well, speaking of running,
this fucking crescendo has always gone on way longer than I ever
Those
wanted
go
to.
trash can.
Yeah.
This place doesn't look very good. I don't like
oh,
the
the
tiny
black
bathroom
tile is
tiles.
awful.
It keeps making everything really dark.
Realistic.
What's with this ground here?
High def.
There's a pipe
Pipes here.
And then this is the other thing, is that they mess up and misunderstand how the tiling works.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't realize that this was one texture being repeated if it was the regular game. But now it's blatantly obvious where the textures repeat the cycle.
Very painful to look at.
Because
Yeah.
additionally, when you lay out a slab this fucking big, you don't do tiny sidewalk squares.
Yeah.
And now this, this looks like a Minecraft house.
In fairness, this one never really looked very good.
It didn't look good, but it didn't have the visual noise problem that this
Yeah.
texture pack has.
I mean, traditionally it was just a concrete box. Now it's a brick box, which looks like something I would have built in Minecraft.
Hypothetically, in Minecraft, you would have made textures this bad.
Now, hypothetically, you would make the texture so bad that it could, hurt someone. Maybe a politician.
And now we get to move on to the second half of the parish, the part that was not in the Left 4 Dead 2 demo. Honestly, everything about the parish just falls off after the demo.
Yeah.
I just don't care for parts 3 and 4. And 5 gets points for being unique, but
Ow.
by this point,
Oh,
plenty of
fuck.
custom campaigns have done it better.
Thank you.
Better. Which custom campaigns do you feel have done the bridge finale better?
I'm confident we've played one, I just can't think of it off the top of my head.
Because I
Now,
feel
now
that,
admittedly, I'm usually biased because I tend to have a, new toy syndrome. I like novelty. I like getting to
Right.
do something new. So, of course, doing the parish, again, I find extremely boring. But frankly, I never liked it very much in the first place.
Yeah, and when I was no-lifing this game's multiplayer, the versus mode, I was never really that interested in the parish. Really long and really plotting, and there were some real annoying difficulty spikes where it was very, very reliable and easy to kill an entire team unless they were very well coordinated. But as for the topic of official campaigns being outdone by custom campaigns, I feel comfortable saying that the No Mercy rooftop has been improved and iterated upon in the Die Scraper finale. Because I don't really want to play the No Mercy rooftop again, but I often do play the Die Scraper rooftop finale again.
Weapons over here.
We're gonna get around to putting that one on the channel.
This hasn't been as bad as the other two maps before so far.
It's not quite as
I would
Garrett.
say this looks pretty bad. Like, this
Yeah, this is like
Ricky
yes.
shed looks way too nice.
I feel
That's-
like...
Yeah.
This is fresh, pressure-treated lumber, straight from
Yeah.
the storehouse.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even it. That's not yellow pine. Yellow pine is a standard building material that this sort of structure would usually be made from.
Right.
This looks like some kind of red cedar. Like, this looks like a high quality lumber.
Yeah. It's a complete waste to build your, ramshackle garage thing out of.
Up here.
Now, he
The
edited,
texture of...
I think he edited
So,
these bricks
by the
in
way,
lab.
one of these sideboards, you went to Home Depot right now and bought one of those. That's probably $100.
Hmm.
Yeah. Do you...
Adrenaline shot here.
It's really,
Now,
really
keep in
awful
mind,
when he
4
makes
years
the...
ago, that would have been a $20 board.
Keep it tight.
Right.
which says a lot about the current economy. Oh shit!
Ah! Look, we're being forced forward.
Well, you are.
I dropped, you dropped the kite bomb directly on me. it bounced and
Yeah.
rolled over to me. And I was surrounded by zombies. They weren't even
Yeah,
hurting
well,
me, but... No,
it's just
the other thing was that the mod maker has like, oh, this was going to be like a work in progress sort of thing, and it doesn't say that it's completed. And I feel like we're getting close to where he was kind of sort of finished.
maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
Because a
Isn't that-
lot of these walls I'm seeing are not done.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. Is just that it didn't look bad because he just didn't touch a lot of it yet.
Back up, back up.
yeah. Like he's not here yet. But how do you feel about AI upscaling textures?
I don't like it.
I have a middling opinion of it.
It usually looks like shit.
Fills in that. Yeah, usually it's not particularly good.
It's one
I
of those
don't-
things that equally it just needs to be vetted and not just done by one person.
Yeah.
On that note, is that that voice AI thing was very recent. It was like last week. I never got around to using it, but I liked a lot of the videos that were being made. I wanted to
Yeah.
train one off of like songs and see if it would sing when I wrote for it. Like it would sing out if it was, I did it only like on like let's say only Katy Perry songs. If it would do her voice, or if it would math it out and figure out how to make a conversational voice, and it would just sound like her normally. Let's go ahead and drop down.
Problem.
Things about singing is
Most people can't,
about
including
that,
people who get
it's
paid to
just
do
that
it.
you can take like a British person and an American person, like, you know, English speakers. When they start singing, they kind of lose their accent sometimes.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of, there was one guy who kept inputting like Japanese voice acting from games, and then just making them speak in English, and it sounded fucking fine.
Yeah, that was actually one thing I'd seen. Was someone had taken some like one of those like
Like
free-to-play
Danganronpa
games.
type of shit.
No, like Genshin Impact or some bullshit,
Alarms everywhere, people.
and taking one of the girls. Oh god damn it! Taking one of the girls and giving it like 2 minutes of audio, and ended up turning it into fairly reasonably well done, like English speech.
Yeah, and it's actually really easy to do that with games like that, like especially like Danganronpa, because you can just look up all the voice lines for a single character in a one video and just feed it that. And the thing is, it actually makes sense to me they would pick up on Japanese really well, because since it's a syllabic language, is I feel like that makes use of most of your speech patterns very quickly.
Yeah, you can get the blocks really easily.
Yeah. You get all the important chunks and then it smooths out the weirder parts.
Yeah.
And obviously the AI is adapted to English, and if you gave it Japanese, it probably wouldn't know what to do with it. Or if it would do it awkwardly. Or... The other thing I wanted to do was I was considering training the AI on my own voice. That way I could write scripts for videos and I wouldn't even have to talk.
Oh, perfect.
I could literally just write out what I want it to say and make it say it in my voice, and I don't have to do the legwork.
Yeah, just cut out the middleman completely.
Yeah, I could just train it on my radio voice. That way I don't have to, you know, put the work in.
I saw a picture earlier today. It was apparently some teenager on TikTok had figured out a way to get ChatGPT to write essays for him, and then he had adjusted a 3D printer so that it would print out in handwriting the text that ChatGPT had made for him.
Yeah, he made the
That's
3D
fucking
printer
brilliant.
hold a pen, and then it would write
Yeah.
on loose leaf paper for him. With whatever he wrote in chat, or whatever ChatGPT wrote for him, which is great.
Yeah,
It's not actually particularly difficult to do, but yeah,
We're evolving.
that is a really good way of cheating.
you know the fucked up thing is that that kid is probably the smartest kid in his classroom if he had the wherewithal to figure that out and the means to do it. But that counts as cheating in school, so he'd probably be punished.
I mean, the reality is that whatever he's doing is fucking stupid anyway. And
Yeah.
by that I mean like the school assignment.
Yeah, so if we figured out a
It's
way
just
to efficiently skip it and get a good grade, then he should be rewarded.
Which reminds me of like homeschooling since that's kind of, oh, look at all this grass inside of the cemetery.
Well, it must be well fed.
I mean, admittedly, most cemeteries I've been to are actually pretty green.
Yeah.
Not necessarily grass, but they're pretty green.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. I was about to say, it's like, oh, this area still looks pretty decent. I guess he just didn't touch it. And that, like, right as I was about to say it, he point that shit out.
I lost track of what I was saying before the grass distracted me.
Well, I was going to say something about AI, which I thought was kind of funny. So, you know how we're all trying to come to terms with the fact that if you hear a human voice in the next 10 years, there's absolutely no guarantee that a real person actually spoke that voice.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
those words. I was listening to a sound clip about something Jordan Peterson had said about Israel's recent military action against Iran. Just to date this video even more. And this was after several videos I had seen where it was a Jordan Peterson AI saying like really dumb things. So when Jordan Peterson himself actually said something that he sincerely believed in his like, you know, university professor Canadian way, I actually did not think that it was him. And I thought, oh, somebody is now using Jordan Peterson's voice to have an opinion about world politics. But no, that's just Jordan Peterson. It's in him talking about standing up to tyrannical bloody tyrants is the same thing as
You mean
him
like
saying,
Israel?
Yeah, or the same thing as him saying like, I have over 300 confirmed kills and I'll wipe you off the face of the fucking earth, kiddo. It's completely indistinguishable.
On that note, something else I saw is that if you can survive like the next 2 months without getting canceled, you can basically claim immunity. Because anybody can just make these voices for you and say whatever the hell they want. Now, the one
Hey, by
thing
the
to me
way-
is like, I can't believe people are using this to say mean things. And it's like, well, you were paid $1 billion by the government so they could use your AI to deep fake things. So you knew this is exactly what was happening. It's just that you're upset that normal people are doing it, not just the government.
Hey, do you like the pristine theater verandas, or no, boardwalks that these shitty little apartments have?
Mmm. Kind of tasty. Looks really good next to the low resolution textures you never updated.
Oh,
Additionally,
yeah.
we would like to add that this mod was started in 2015 and updated for a little while in 2015. So
Was
he
it
never
really
got
that
around to
long?
doing everything. Boring is so
Just
fucking
enough to make it look bad.
Oh, jeez.
I think part of it is he's trying to put just a little bit too much personality into like one area, and then because the textures get reused a dozen times, and they look fucking weird. And now you have like this raggedy ass shit wood up here. You had like the really
Yeah.
expensive cedar on the ground.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
fucking wood is awful.
Like, you remember the stuff about the wood in particular, about how it changed from pine to cedar looking. That reminds me of a very particular thing that mod makers will do, where they'll just take an existing gun or an existing weapon, and they'll say, you know, what if it was different, or what if it was based on something else? But in this case, he did it with basic building materials, and so it completely changes how I perceive something.
The aesthetics and the understanding. Because additionally, it's like, I want to say those things that are dark now used to be a light color, and the things that are a light color used to be a dark color. So he's also fucking that up.
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
really
Jeff,
messing with
this
the
over
color
here.
coding of everything. This place has been harmed, but ultimately, it's always dark in here, and you can't see much in the first place, so it's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm a little surprised he did not alter any of the pool table textures.
He probably would have gotten around to it if he didn't get bored.
Over here.
Probably.
Oh no. You could use an AI to write something,
Bombing us.
feed it someone else's voice and make it say it. You can use AI to do the art, because I can't wait until, like, the only thing you have to do is, like, basic programming, and you can make a game that looks and sounds decent.
You can already kind of do that, but I know what you mean.
I mean, yeah, but it's like, we're getting way closer to it becoming almost
no.
indistinguishable. Although I will
Come
say,
this room.
okay. Yeah?
Look at the ceiling.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is the roof like metal? I think it is.
No, but it looks like it's made of,
There's
like,
an
black
edge.
tile.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so black walls with a black ceiling is emo as hell room.
There was actually something else that crossed my mind, is that since we have the voice AI, is that with sufficient editing, or even just using pictures, is we can just write our own, like, Star Trek episodes now. And then,
Yeah.
of course, because of my background, I would be doing it more in the YouTube poop spirit, despite everything. I'll shoot the witch. Now I don't even have to go through the effort of, like, sentence mixing or hunting down specific phrases from other episodes to try and use them. And I thought about that for a minute. On the one hand, it would be really efficient to use the AI to, like, bypass that and make the character say whatever they want. But at the same time, is that, like, it would feel less genuine, you know?
Yeah, it would be less genuine.
Because, like, even though we have all the shit that the AI can do, that you still, like, appreciate when a person does it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a certain kind of charm that sentence mixing has.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But then the
You
other
know
thing is,
what
I knew
actually
people
worked
who were
pretty
so
well?
fucking good at the sentence mixing you didn't even know they were doing it.
You know what actually worked pretty well? You could probably just make new episodes of the animated series.
That would probably
Yeah.
be even easier.
Like, it's all canned animations, and like, honestly, the actors weren't giving it their best.
Honestly, I've seen video edits from 2004 that were kind of like that, simply
Yeah.
because there were enough reaction shots of people talking.
Yeah.
It just worked out.
Shortcut, shortcut. Don't
Oh,
wait for it to
jeez.
finish.
Oh no!
Ah, gosh darn it. I'm gonna save you. There's a charger coming, by the way.
Yep.
Ow.
I told you
What
there was a
jacket
charger
did you
coming,
like?
by the way.
I was running. So now that the novelty of the textures is kind of worn off,
Also, they're not.
I
really
think the novelty of
conceptual.
making the textures wore off, and the guy got bored, and from this point on, we're not going to see anything else new.
yeah,
Actually, I take that back. He might have modified the finale, on account of that being, you know, the finale.
alright, there's another fucking street, I forgot.
Honestly, if I was gonna, like, make a prank map, is that you get to this part, and then you would do the thing where you climb over the van, you'd go around, and then you'd go through and you'd come here again, and you just do this, like, 6 times. Because that's just what it fucking feels like,
Yeah,
to play the Parish. Oh no.
I don't know how I survived. Okay, he's behind us, and is on fire. Oh,
In that
that's
case,
fun.
let's just move forward.
Very dark blue.
I mean, we're almost out the dam.
Ow. Oh no.
Oh, the tank's here.
Keep pouring it on.
He's got dumpster. Oh god. Let's see if we can make it to safe room before he even dies.
He just killed over.
Oh. Oh, did this just change texture? I swear it didn't look like this when we got in here.
Yeah.
Either it
it's
changed texture
different.
or it changed lighting. Oh my god, look at the ceiling.
Yeah.
I'm in a fucking office building from the 1970s. With this ceiling. This is nuts.
This is my brain when I see HD texture packs.
Is this different?
It seems brighter. I don't think it actually
I mean,
necessarily
just this
is.
thing, this part right here.
Nah.
The gate?
I think
No,
it's
it's the
pretty much
same.
the same. Like, all the tiling looks correct, so I don't think he changed it.
Yeah, I'm parsing this as a piece of metal, not a 3D rectangle with textures wrapped around it.
Hold some ass, y'all.
Yeah.
Same thing with all these bridge textures.
I think a big part of it is like all the textures you see here are relatively muted.
Yeah, they don't draw attention to themselves.
Yeah, because of the way that the art style works and, game design, that type of stuff.
And restraint on the part of the artist.
Probably went through several iterations before we found the right shade of gray.
You know, I was playing the Sly Cooper games recently, the first Sly Cooper game,
Yes?
and if you, so when you collect all the bonus stuff, you unlock challenge mission. Jesus Christ. You unlock, like a speedrun challenge for each of the game's missions. Well, the missions where it would make sense to have a speedrun. And from there, if you beat the speedrun, you unlock developer commentary for that level. So I beat the first level, and the commentary I got was the director talking to the lighting artist, either the lighting artist or the texture artist, and he was describing the challenges of the first map or the first level in the game because it takes place in a natural environment, like sort of a cliffside. So it needs to be green and natural and organic looking, and there's water, so it needs like green and sort of green blue from the water. But it also takes place at night, so it needs to be dark and muted, and it needs to be something that the player can easily read, which usually means bright colors.
Yeah.
So throughout the course of development, he probably redid the textures like 30
least
times,
6
he
times.
estimated. No, I think he said like 30 times.
Oh. I mean, I'm not wrong. That's at least 6.
Yeah, like it was a lot. And it really made me have respect for the people who made the game. And this guy fucking sucks because he couldn't even be bothered to fucking finish this project he started in 2015.
Yeah.
Get to the chopper.
Give me your shot, Jim.
Look at that burning tank still over there.
This is different, of course. It's fucking awful wood.
Yeah, it's the same wood that gets used
Same
everywhere.
with texture, yeah.
I was gonna say, it looked like nothing was changed, but then, that happened.
Yeah.
Did he change the camera angle?
Yeah, he did change the camera
Huh.
angle.
Well, he wanted to make sure we saw the wood.
I actually like the change in the camera angle. It got you closer to the bridge when it exploded. So there's more spectacle to it. I liked that. I actually do really like the change in the camera angle.
I like that it was closer, but I don't like the initial angle. I think it would have been better if it was a lower angle shot that swept up with the helicopter. Because when you have a looking down shot, a high angle shot like that, it makes the subject feel diminutive. But this is the final
Yeah,
copter
it makes
at
you
the
feel
final,
tiny.
final campaign. So, what do you think of the Parish, this upstart young modding team?
It's shit. I hate it.
I'm gonna give the Parish like a 4 out of 10. You can totally play it. I'm not gonna complain about it. But I'd really rather be playing, I don't know, Swamp Fever maybe?
Should really be
That
playing Back
is a
for
bit
Blood.
much.
Yeah, Back for
that's
Blood.
what you're
I
gonna
would
play.
rather play that. In fact, let's go play that right now.
Yeah, that's
Now,
a great
there's a
idea.
game
Wait,
the
can
future.
we? Are the servers still up?
For now.